Steno Wale Babu welcomes you. Shorthand dictations in male and female voice from all sources like magazines, speeches, and editorials at various speeds up to 120 WPM for various departments like SSC, DSSB, CRPF, Delhi Police, etc. Please like, share, and subscribe the channel. Thank you.
Exercise number 19. I rise to present the budget for the year 2014-15. The people of India have decisively voted for a change. The verdict represents the frustration of the people with the status quo. India unhesitatingly desires to grow. Those living below the poverty line are anxious to free themselves from the curse of poverty. Those who have got an opportunity emerge from the difficult challenges have become aspirational. They now want to be a part of the new middle class. Their next generation has the hunger to use the opportunity that society provides for them. Slow decision making has resulted in a loss of opportunity. 2 years of sub 5% growth in the Indian economy has resulted in a challenging situation. We took forward to lower levels of inflation as compared to the days of double-digit rates of food inflation in the last 2 years. The country is in no mood to suffer unemployment, inadequate basic amenities, lack of infrastructure, and apathetic governance. The slowdown in India broadly reflects the trend in many economies. In contrast to the aftermath of the crisis of 2008-9, when restoration of growth in advanced economies was the primary concern, the continuing slowdown being presently witnessed in many emerging economies has posed a threat to a sustained global recovery. Fortunately, there are green shoots of recovery being seen in the global economy. As per the IMF, the world economy is projected to grow at 3.6% in 2014 vis-a-vis 3.0% in 2013, with the euro area expected to register a positive growth after the contraction witnessed in 2012 and 2013. However, the performance of the US economy, with attendant implication for the unconventional monetary policy, stands the global financial conditions is pivotal to the fate of global recovery in the coming years. These are the headwinds against which the Indian economy would have to maneuver its way to attain high growth rate. In the first budget of this NDA government that I am presenting before the August House, my aim is to lay down a broad policy indicator of the direction in which we wish to take this country. The steps that I will announce in this budget are only the beginning of a journey towards a sustained growth of 7 to 8%. While higher growth is important, we cannot be oblivious of the fact that there is a large population of this country which is below the poverty line. It is the poor who suffer the most. We have to ensure that our anti-poverty programs are well targeted. The growing aspiration of the people will be reflected in the development strategy followed by the government led by the Prime Minister and its mandate of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Allow me to assure this House that we have taken up the challenge in the right earnest. We shall leave no stone unturned in creating vibrant and strong India. The task before me today is very challenging because we need to revive growth, particularly in manufacturing and infrastructure, to raise adequate resources for our departmental needs. On the other hand, the task is simple. If we accept the principle that we cannot spend beyond our means, we need to introduce fiscal prudence that will lead to fiscal consolidation and discipline. Fiscal prudence to me is of paramount importance because of considerations of intergenerational equity. We cannot leave behind a legacy of debt for our future generations. We cannot go on spending today, which would be financed by taxation at a future date. There is an urgent need to generate more resources to fuel the economy. For this, the tax to GDP ratio must be improved and non-tax revenues increased. We must remember that the decline in fiscal deficit from 5.7% in 2013-14 was mainly achieved by reduction in expenditure rather than by way of realization of higher revenue. Although the external sector witnessed a turnaround with the year ending with a current account deficit of 1.7% of the GDP against 4.7% in 2012-13. This was mainly achieved through restriction on non-essential imports and slowdown in our all aggregate demand. Going forward, we must continue to be watchful of the CAD. My roadmap fiscal consolidation is a fiscal deficit of 3.6% for 2015-16 and 3% for 2016-17. I am conscious of the fact that Iraq crisis is leaving an impact on oil prices and the situation in the Middle East continues to be volatile. Monsoon this year appears more unpredictable while inflation has remained at elevated levels relative to what is perceived as acceptable. There has been a gradual moderation in WPI recently from high of over 7% in 2012-13 and over 6% in 2012-13 and 14. Thank you.